Let's talk about it. Unfortunately, it's not something that's new. First of all, RIP to the brother Takeout. Sure, his homies, amigos, is grieving right now. His family's grieving right now, but there's a bigger problem going on. And I'm willing to bet as the stories of what really happened starts to trickle out, we come across this problem in the black community far too often. And I'm willing to bet envy, greed, and jealousy was the root of all this. Not to mention, I bet the guy or whoever that perpetrated the shooting, I bet it was over basically showing out in front of women. See, a lot of these guys in the community, they have this extreme blue pill, effeminate acting personalities and temperament. And they think lashing out in a violent manner is the manly thing to do. They want to show off in front of these women, in front of these bras who don't give a damn about them anyway. And I'm willing to bet, my personal opinion, supposedly, allegedly, these brothers, I heard a couple stories that, Takeoff wasn't even involved in the dice game. So, let's say Offset was involved in the dice game, allegedly. There's a lot of different stories out. Say he was involved in the dice game and he started losing. And he starts to get to talking saucy. He starts talking spicy. Now, the dude, I'm going to bet the dude or dudes that you were having this dice game with, it's blatantly obvious number one, they're not as famous as you. Number two, they don't have nearly as much money as you. So this opportunity right here is a come up for them. This is a way for them to make some money for themselves. So they start winning at the dice game, and maybe they start talking trash back. So you talking trash to them, and they talking trash back because they don't want to feel emasculated in front of all the women that were probably around, gawking and looking. All the women that were probably eyeballing the Migos, eye hustling, like, wow, you know what I'm saying? These famous dudes is in here getting in at the bowling alley, having fun like regular people. See, once you reach a certain status of fame and fortune, and everybody know that you got this fame and fortune, you got the jealous dudes that's gonna be out there because they know that you could get the women that they can't get even on accident, even if you don't even want them. It would take literally no effort because you got that money like that. And if they in this bowling alley with their jewels on, and 9 times out of 10, if I was a betting man, I would bet they was in there with their jewels on, iced out. Everybody knew who they are. So right away, you're gonna have haters up in there feeling some type of way. You're gonna have insecure dudes in there who, chances are, they have a problem getting women in their everyday lives anyway. They need money to even get what would be considered a 6 or a 7 as far as the rating system. So they need money to get these women. And here you are, you got money for days. You could get those type of women on accident. Those type of women probably will be throwaway women to you. So these type of dudes, they already in their feelings. So you losing the dice game, whether you was losing the dice game and you initiated the trash talk, because according to stories that Offset initiated the trash talk, the guys weren't feeling it, they was probably trash talking back. Then all of a sudden, brawl breaks out, and then gunplay breaks out. And the crazy thing is, it seems like from the stories I've heard, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, jump in the comment section and let me know, but it seems like Offset Takeout wasn't even involved in the dice game. He was just watching. Now naturally, your homie gets to talking trash, Y'all together, you with him, you feel obligated. You know what I'm saying? That's your homie. You gotta back him up. So they get into a fight. He might have stepped up, and he might have just caught one. He might have just caught a stray. Maybe the guy wasn't even. He don't probably know who he's aiming at because he's too busy trying to look tough for the females that's there. Females that he would normally not be able to get anyway, but he can't let these famous rich dudes emasculate him and make him look even worse because he probably already hates his life. So what does he have left to do? He has to be extra what he perceives as masculine because in his mind that's what the manly thing to do. I can't let this dude embarrass me. I'm gonna get the popping. Sounds like he probably was feeling some type of way because he got beat up. Maybe that happened. So his fist skills suck. So what happens with a lot of these males who don't know how to be men anyway, who don't know how to be a true masculine man? So they deem themselves as Mr. Tough Guy, super thug. Well, I don't have a lot of money like this guy. He's famous and he's talking crazy to me. I feel even lower because, I don't really like my life anyway. I hate my life, as a matter of fact. So let me just start the spitting. Let me pass out lead showers to everybody. And at the very least, I could be remembered for that. That's probably what he was thinking. And if that's the case, that's even worse. You hit somebody that wasn't even involved in the matter in the first place, allegedly. But I say all that to say this: there's a lot of these males in the black community walking around that act like this. And the problem is, why must it get to this point? I mean, why do black men hate each other this much? What is it about your reflection that you hate so much that you just have to kill another black man? It's like it's ingrained in you. It's like a disease that's etched into your brain in the black community. Do we hate each other that much? When and where was this hate born? You mean to tell me you guys have to show out for women that don't want you anyway that much? You that embarrassed that you're not where you want to be in life? You feel that bad about yourself because not only did you fail in whatever goals you may or may not have had in the first place, you basically gave up on your own life. So why not destroy somebody else's life? And who better qualified than another black man who looks just like you? You gave up on yourself, so you give up on your fellow brother, man. And I know what a lot of you guys will say, you were never at my family reunion, you're not my brother. Yeah, that's the same lame thought process that will forever keep black men last in the hierarchy of life. Because you hate black men. You hate yourself, but you are too much of a punk to admit that out loud. So you act it out. And what better way to do it? Let me show out for these women who none of them know me or want me, but I'm going to show how much of a macho man that I am. I know I can't fight. So as soon as I even get an inkling of thinking, oh my goodness, I'm losing in front of the ladies, let me just start shooting and screw up everybody's night. How about that? Why did I just do that? And you dudes actually think that that's cool, huh? Let me tell you something. Even if you could these bras that you're showing out for, all they're gonna do is run your pockets, put on some motherfucking Air Maxes and run straight through your pockets. But hey, you don't care about any of that because you Mr. Macho Man, and it's unfortunate. It's always somebody that don't have anything to do with anything that ends up catching a stray from a lot of you effeminate dudes out there. And it's a blue pill epidemic. It's even gotten to the point where these type of dudes will be quick to put on their cape if they see you checking a woman, putting her in her place, telling her what it is and what it will be, whether she likes it or not. They, for whatever reason, feel the need to intervene and step in and say, hey, don't talk to these ladies like that. These are queens. And this is another root strain of the problem. Just like a tree, the tree has many roots going in different directions, and just like the black community, there's many problems of degeneracy that grow in different directions, but it's all part of the same tree of bullshit that nobody wants to talk about and nobody wants to see. And then a lot of you guys, you wonder why these women run right through you. And it's unfortunate. It's always somebody that's going to catch the front end of the BS. And it's very annoying. It's getting to the point where it is very annoying. Because it's not, nowadays, it's not one of those things that just happens once in a blue moon. It's happening all the time now. Didn't PNB Rock just die a little over a month ago? And that too, rooted over jealousy and greed, over some jewelry. Because let me guess, these dudes out here are starving. Whose fault is that they starving though? At what point are we gonna ask ourselves that question? What are they trying to learn? What kind of skills are they trying to improve on so that they will no longer be out there starving? Are they even trying? That's another part. That's another part of the root of the problem in the black community. You don't want to make yourself better so that you don't have these problems that make you feel down on yourself. To where you're to the point where, you know what, you don't like yourself so much, so let me go out here and hurt another black man that looks just like me. And I'm getting tired of seeing these stories, and it's really getting on my nerve, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. And it's really sad that these situations keep happening, but unfortunately, it's not the first and it's not the last. So I'm gonna leave it at that. R.I.P. to the brothers, and it's very unfortunate. And at some point, we will have to address and even physically do something about the blue pill epidemic that's running rampant in the community. That being said, I'm out.